Hey, good morning, guys. This is Cameron Upchurch, and I will be your WOD coach for today, Thursday, February 12th. I want to talk to you guys today about what types of questions you're asking and how you're listening to your prospects and the people that you're talking to. In the end, this is a relationship business, and if we can ask the right types of questions and we can ask relevant questions to that person, and then it's to take it a step further to actively listen. That's ultimately going to lead to a deeper connection with that person. And the more connection you have with someone, the more likely they're going to be able to, the more likely they will be to join your team or buy a product or whatever the case may be. Because at the end of the day, right, there's plenty of places that people can go get Advocare from, and so what's going to make them want to join your team? And that's going to be what type of connection you have with that person. So first, asking questions. This is so important, that we want to ask relevant questions to the person. So when you're talking, for example, you've talked to someone, you've shared your story with them, and then to ask a relevant question at the end, like when you share your story, you share both sides of your story. You share your product story and your income story, where you're going with Advocare, and then you can ask the person, hey, Cameron, so which part of that interests you, or which part would you interest you and you want to hear more about, the products of Advocare, the business side of Advocare, or both. So that person is going to be able to give you a definitive answer of what they're interested in. So, if they tell you product or if they tell you income, it's then still being able to follow this up with more relevant questions, because if they just say product and you just start spewing about all these different products, it may not be relevant to them. You might be talking to them about losing weight and they want to gain weight. So it's really being able to ask these questions. And sometimes the questions are a little bit tough to ask, especially when you get into the income side of things, right? Being able to specifically ask someone, well, hey, and looking more at the income opportunity with Advocare, what is it specifically? What specific amount a month would make a considerable difference in your current financial situation? And I'll use those verbs, that verbiage sometimes, a considerable difference, because if someone says, well, just anything, or $5, well, they're probably not going to put in a lot of effort to make an extra $5 a month. So it's being able to ask these relevant questions on the front end. The second part of this, and really the most important part, because we can ask a ton of questions, and they can be really great questions, right? But if we don't listen, then we can't do anything with the answers they're giving us to the questions we're asking. And here's what I mean, by actively listening. So it is, maybe it's human nature, or maybe it's just my nature to, start thinking about other things, and get sidetracked when someone is talking to me. It's just like when someone says, oh, I'm terrible with names. Someone tells me their name, and a minute later I can't remember it. That is beyond the capacity of the human brain, right? We don't remember it because we aren't actually listening when they tell it to us. So being able to actively listen to someone, to shut down everything else and plug into that person, and listen intently to them with a genuine a genuine desire to know what they're telling us so that we can help them. Because remember, that's what we're doing. We're helping that person. So if we don't listen to what they're telling us, then we certainly aren't going to know how to help them. So, asking the right questions, asking relevant questions, and then being able to listen, actively listen, and listen with intent so that you can make that deeper connection and help that person in the right way are some key pointers that are going to help you move forward in your business and gain more customers, gain more business builders, and be able to ultimately help more people. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. We have just under a week left in the pay period, so plenty of time to finish out and hit your goals. So thanks for tuning in. You guys are champions.